Hello, I am Peter Okwoche. Thanks for joining us on Focus on Africa from BBC World News. She's one of the world's most wanted terror suspects, and now it has emerged that British woman Samantha Lewthwaite was living in the Kenyan capital Nairobi as recently as 2011. Last month, following the attack on the Westgate shopping mall, Interpol issued a red notice for the arrest of Ms. Lewthwaite at the request of the Kenyan government. The 29-year-old is wanted on charges of possession of explosives and conspiracy to commit a felony dating back to December 2011. Well, my colleague in Nairobi, Sauke, has just been to the building where Samantha Lewthwaite is alleged to have lived in and joins us now from Nairobi. And what's the significance of this discovery?
Well, she lived in Nairobi just before an arrest warrant was issued against her. And so that time, the country did not know who she was. They did not know that she was on the run. And we understand after our visit to the apartment where she lived, that shortly after she left, the police went to the apartment court looking for her. And so, well, the police may have known what was going on, but the public did not know. The public hasn't known that she actually lived in Nairobi in 2011. That hasn't come to public knowledge until now. They only know that she lived in Mombasa and escaped from the police just before they went to her house to look for her around December 2011 in Mombasa. That's all the public has known for now. But it just goes to tell how comfortable she has been in Kenya. This is the apartment where Samantha Lewthwaite, also known as Natalie Faye Webb, lived between January and July 2011. The people living here knew her as a mother of 4 young children, and she lived with a partner only known to the people here as Mick.
She had 4 young children. The youngest must have been 5 months old, and the eldest 8 years old. The day she was leaving, she was in tears, saying her mother had passed away.
With regard to the Westgate shopping mall attack last month, there hasn't been evidence linking Samantha Lewthwaite to that attack, but there has been a lot of speculation. What is now likely to raise eyebrows is the fact that Samantha Lewthwaite's apartment was located less than 100 meters from the Nakumatt Junction shopping mall, another upmarket shopping mall here in Nairobi that is popular with middle-class Kenyans and expatriates. Now, from her balcony, she had a clear line of sight to that shopping mall. She has been on the run from the police since 2011. In fact, we're told that a week after she moved out of her apartment here, the detectives arrived looking for her. But she has been on the run since then. And just last month, Interpol issued a red notice alert against her.
Well, Anne is still with us in Nairobi. And how has this news been received by Kenyans, the fact that she's been living amongst them in Nairobi?
Well, as I mentioned, Kenyans have known that she was living in Mombasa, and this news hasn't really spread around the country that she actually lived in Nairobi. But I expect that Kenyans will not be very surprised that she has been traveling around the country with so much ease. This is a mother of 4. It's not very easy for a mother of 4 to just get around and, you know, to run away from the police as easily as she would want. And so we're expecting that people will be shocked that she was actually in Nairobi, but they will not be very much surprised by that fact.
And has there been any reaction at all from the authorities, from the Kenyan authorities? I mean, they've been accused of being very slow in giving out information on these things.
That's right. Well, the Kenyan authorities have not reacted to this new revelation that has come to the public, but what is clear is that they were involved in this since 2011. They were aware that she was living in Nairobi from that time, that is in July 2011. But right now, possibly the preoccupation with the Kenyan security forces with the recent attack at the Westgate a month ago, and the security chiefs have actually started appearing before the parliamentary committee investigating the events that led up to that attack. And so right now, no one is really talking about this new revelation that happened more than 2 years ago.
Okay, Anne, thank you very much. My colleague Anne Sauke speaking to me there from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi.